All right, greetings all. Thank you for returning to my channel. I'm Professor Noonie. Allow me to welcome you back to Fight Night Champion Custom Boxers BareKnuckle Tournament. We are starting with Group B now. We have just finished Group A. I'm about to scroll up to show you exactly who won each of their respective matches and who moved on to round 2. So if you have not watched any of the previous fights, I highly recommend you do. Okay, I assume that if you're still here, you already know the results of the previous fights. So let's go up to the Group A bracket. As we see, we already have our 8 remaining fighters in Group A already moved to round 2. All of these look like they're going to be very interesting fights. I can't say for certain who's going to win each, but I have a feeling if I were to make a prediction, I would probably say Barack Obama would make it I think Barack Obama would make it to the finals. As far as who he's going to fight, I don't know. It could be the Hawk, but I might be wrong. But we have a long time before we get to that. For now, let's focus on our current match, which is going to be Fatman 3000 versus Suge Knight. I warned you last time that we have not seen this person. This is what he looks like. Very, very weird. I'm not sure what to make of this guy, and it's going to be very interesting watching this fight, as I'm not sure how the hitbox is going to work with his head. Like, I wonder if Suge Knight is going to be swinging, and, like, his fist is going to be going through the guy's head, and it won't be counting as a punch or, like, a hit. But nonetheless, let's just see how it's going to go down, as they say. Oh, that is so weird looking. I would be very much intimidated by that. Okay, here we go. Fight is starting. Suge Knight already sort of looking like he's in trouble. Taking a couple of hits and tiring himself out. This may be an unfair advantage that Fatman 3000 has, as it looks like when Suge Knight swings at him. Okay, never mind. No, his hits are registering. That is a very odd choice for boxer trunks that Fatman 3000 is wearing. Suge Knight, as you all should know, founder of Death Row Records, had many successful rappers under his wing, rappers such as Snoop Dogg and Tupac and Dr. Dre, if I'm not mistaken, he worked with. A lot of popularity and success in the 90s. Some definitely within the 2000s. I'm wondering, since he has much affiliation with street gangs, allegedly, will that upbringing of his help him bring any kind of aggression to this fight? Let Fatman 3000 know, I don't care what you look like, I don't care how you were born, what your defects are, I'm not afraid of you, I've lived a hard life, nothing can scare me. I have to say, at the beginning of this round, it did look like Suge Knight was going to have some trouble. It doesn't really appear to be that way now. He's having much more success later on in this round. We are approaching the end of the round, though. Let us go to the corners.
Take it to this guy. Make it a dogfight with him, man. Close the gap and let your hands go. Please. You need to capitalize on his misses, okay? I want to see that counter.
Don't look for just big punches. Big, vicious speed. Double up the punches.
Okay, so as we hear from both of the trainers there, they're asking their fighters to do a little bit more than what they've already been doing. Suge Knight backing up a little bit, trying to recover his stamina. Taking a right hook for his troubles. That actually did kind of a pretty good amount of damage, but he is slowly recovering. Misses with the right hook, gets hit with a left hook. Going in for some body shots, narrowly evades, I should say, a left hook, a leaping left hook. Both men are definitely putting in some really good shots. Neither one seems to be withering away. Appears to be equally matched thus far. I think what the key to success is, at least in this fight, and several others I've watched, is that stamina management is very paramount in order for any of the fighters to be successful. Wow, we can hear from the crowd they are not liking the clinches. I'm not sure if it was the clinch or if it's the fight overall. Well, that was a very good left uppercut by Suge Knight. Takes a left hook for his troubles. I have to say, I originally thought having that size of a head might give Fat Man 3000 a advantage, but it looks like it's doing him a disservice, as there appears to be much more to hit for Suge Knight. Suge Knight definitely trying to block some of these shots, having little success. Both men not doing a whole lot of moving around. They're just squaring up in front of the other and just approaching them on the straight and narrow. End of round 2. Let's go to the corners.
Breathe. I need to see the combinations from you. All right, let's throw the combinations. This fight is way too close. Let's throw.
Listen, I'm not gonna stand here and watch you take those shots. You understand me? Let's
Your hands moving and keep busy. All right? And you'll beat him to the punch.
All right. Suge Knight's trainer telling him to move around more. Use movement to have more success, but he doesn't appear to be doing that right now. They're just planting their feet in the ground and just throwing everything they have at each other. It appears whoever backs up first indicates that they took more damage. That was a wonderful body shot by Suge Knight. He tries to maintain that pressure. Excuse me, I keep wanting to say Andre 3000. Fat Man 3000 covers up quite well. Suge Knight sneaking a left uppercut in there. Just gets inside. Blocking a couple of shots by Fat Man 3000. Fat Man 3000 definitely wearing himself out. Suge Knight may not know about this, because I believe if he did, he would capitalize. But now Suge Knight seems to be doing the exact same thing. Knight backs up. Tries to recover, goes in for some body shots. .3000 able to sneak a punch in between Suge Knight's defense, gets another left hook in. Knight taking a little long, just a little bit longer to recover. Gets a good left uppercut in there, but doesn't do a whole lot of damage. You have to wonder if it's due to his low stamina. He is tiring himself out, which is quite odd, as neither fighters appear to be using any kind of rope-a-dope technique. Both of them are just planting their feet in the mat and just swinging off at one another. There doesn't appear to be any type of strategy going. That's the end of round 3. Let's go to the corners.
I want you to pick his jab. Throws the jab, bury it away, and you'll catch it, okay? You got that? It's gonna happen. It's gonna catch. Okay, listen.
Hey, look, you're standing straight up. Move that body. You need to move that body.
It appears that Suge Knight's trainer relayed my sentiments. You're just standing there, you're not moving around, which is exactly what I'm seeing. Suge Knight now has a terrible cut above his right eye. You have to wonder if that's now going to be a target for Fat Man 3000. Fat Man 3000's trainer telling him, I believe it was to start double, actually he said to throw out a jab, try to have Suge Knight come in, you lean out of the way and counter. So basically, Fat Man's 3000 trainer is telling him to set up a trap. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be successful with it. Because... Oh, that was a beautiful leaping right straight. Definitely took the air out of Knight and some sense, if you will. I think Fat Man now would be a good time for him to double up his punches, although Knight does appear to be recovering. Beautiful overhand right and a left hook by Fat Man. Suge Knight covering up. Comes in and narrowly misses with a leaping left hook. That definitely would have done a ton of damage had it connected. Both men appear to be on E. It appears that whoever is able to pull out all the stops, whoever is able to deplete their reserve entirely and then some, will win this fight. Knight going with some body shots. 3000 does throw out that jab, but I guess Knight did not take the bait. Suge Knight trying to get some hits in. Fat Man blocking. Tries with the leaping punch. Oh my goodness! A body shot takes him down, and that's the end of the fight. Fat Man 3000 is out of it. That's it. Fat Man 3000 has been knocked out with a left hook body shot. I did not see that coming. Oh, it was very quick. Suge Knight was the one who seemed to have taken Fat Man 3000 trainer's advice. Threw out a punch there, anticipated a reaction from Fat Man, leaned out of the way and followed up with a left body hook. That must have been, and another left hook to the head on his way down for good measure. That must have just been too hard of a hit for Fat Man 3000 to recover. I totally did not expect this to happen. And as you see, it was a very close fight all the way through. What a body shot, a left hook body shot to Fat Man 3000. After taking it, it just appears that either the ref stopped the fight. Actually, I believe that was it. Either they threw the towel in, the ref stopped the fight, but there wasn't even a count. They said enough is enough. Fat Man is done. He cannot continue on. That was a phenomenal end to the fight. I totally did not see that happening. It was right at the end of the round. If there was a count, Fat Man 3000 would have been saved by the bell. But the fact of the matter is, he was not saved by the bell as there was no count. It was just an immediate stoppage of the fight. And because of that, Suge Knight earns the victory and he will be moving on to round 2. I cannot wait to see how the rest of this tournament goes. Vin Diesel versus LeBron James is coming up. We have a bunch of other phenomenal fights waiting to occur. This appears to be very, very interesting. We have The Game versus 50 Cent. Completely unintentional, no manipulation of the bracket or seed numbers. This is entirely random, and I cannot wait to see who's going to win this fight. This one I have my heart set on. I cannot wait for it. But that was the end of this fight. Congratulations to Suge Knight. Thank you all of those who came to check out my video for watching my video. I appreciate all the views, notoriety I can get. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And as always, take care and God bless.